So, good afternoon. Today is, I don't even know what today is. Lord, it's Tuesday, I think, but I know the date. It's August 17th, and we're in 2021. And so, yeah, this is another rambling of an old 75-year-old black woman living in the United States of America, asking America to please give a shit. Because there's a lot of stuff going on. And I'm just going to throw it out there. Mm, these unvaccinated, let's rethink that. Unvaccinated couple die of COVID 19 hours apart. They've been married for 20 years. Why not get the shot so that you will still be here rearing and raising your two teenage children? Which means, I've been in mine for 40 years and I'm 75. So minus 20, maybe y'all are somewhere in your late 50s or early 60s. And I dare you decide not to get the COVID shot and then get COVID and then die. Come on, guys. Let's rethink some things. Uh, the, the vaccine is not political. Don't make it. Try to save yourself. And let me find me some water. I do apologize, but I found out that I need to A, have my teeth in, and B, have water, and then drink the water so that my thoughts and my words kind of come together and they join forces to communicate just ideas for us to think about. So now I'm asking us to rethink this COVID 19 vaccinations. I'm going to ask us to rethink not getting vaccinated. I mean, come on. Do you really think someone wants to rear your teenage children? Do you know what that Do you know what having a teenage in your household and you're trying to maintain yours? Do you know what that configuration looks like? It's pure madness because teenagers are just like those 2-year-old terrible dudes. My my way, me, myself, and I. And this depends on what did these people have been married for 20 years and they have the nerve to die 19 hours apart. What have you been teaching your children? Were they ready for you, both of you, to die? What skill sets? What financial skill sets have you taught them? What educational skill sets do they have? Do they possess? Outside of being mournful or saddened that my mom and dad are dead, I'm still a teenager. What the hell am I supposed to do? Do I know about banking? Do I want to continue going to school? Where do I want to go to school? Oh my God, how am I going to support myself? Were these independently wealthy people? If they were, fine. If not, come on. These teenagers have to get into young adulthood and then start to grind. Start to live that life. Come on now. Don't let's not put our children out there. So, go ahead, rethink getting vaccinated. Okay? Okay. The other thing is relationships. Hold on. I am so sorry. I don't know how many minutes there were, but I do apologize. But troubling things again today. I'm looking online, and in Katy, there's a sister that's 31, and somehow there were 50 gunshot rounds, gunshot rounds in her car as she was trying to get home from work. Over 50 rounds. She was able to crawl her way or get her way into her garage, crawl her way out of her car, and die. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. So, this young lady has an 11-year-old. What are we supposed to do? What banking skill sets does this 11-year-old have? I mean, can they really add 2 plus 2, and can they come up with 4? Come on now. What kind of emotional behaviors do you want them to demonstrate? How close are now we to having two teenage kids whose parents died of COVID, and this young 11-year-old whose parent was just killed? Come on. What are these kids supposed to do? How are they supposed to navigate these waters? Were these parents into any of Welsing's 9 activities? And I keep talking about the banking thing. Are they really ready to come out, step out here, and be citizens of the United States and participate in an economically secure environment? Are all these two or this young man, are all these kids having to face financial insecurities? It's unfair, guys. Now, our children, they deserve much more. One is just lack of respect for yourself, so you're not going to do something that may help you and protect you from somebody else. And the other is that we're in relationships that are not just good for us. And ladies, I don't know what to tell you, but we're going to have to rethink a whole lot of things because, I've already done my rant and my raging rant on these young ladies that don't put any clothes on. And I'm going to say, oh, those people in my age group, 75 and over, we just need to get over it. Because, not having clothes on began, like I said, way before with Cher, and that's way back in the day, you know? And so we've allowed our women to entertain us in a variety of ways. But the thing is, you can't get mad at our young ladies now. You got to remember, guys, they're just in their 20s, maybe early 30s at best. But just think of Cardi B and Megan 3 and Brittany and Miley Cyrus. Just think of all of them. And yeah, 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 they're making money. I haven't said nothing about Beyonce, okay? I said Cardi B, Megan. I even saw something with Vivica Fox has her breast all out. What? Come on. And you're on the other side of 50. Jesus Christ. Brittany and Molly, leave them alone. They're young people. All their non-clothes getting down on the ground, squatting and entertaining you. Man, their lives are going to be so cumbersome when they get in their 70s. Because I know that back and those knees are going to be gone. Because they bend down with that rhythm that hurts themselves. And you all laugh and you appreciate and you pay them. Now shut up. They don't want to wear clothes. Leave them alone. You don't have to look at it, B, you don't have to buy any of their products. None of them. And I'm quite sure, since nobody listens to me, I'm quite sure that those that do listen to the Brittany's and the Cardi B's and the Megan Threes and the Miley's and the Beyond, come on, man, look here. It's a lot of people listening to them and a lot of people thinking they can get there. And all those folk have to do is keep putting one foot in front of the other, getting up, finding your purpose, put one foot in front of the other, and then rush hurriedly into making whatever dream you think is yours, whatever craft you think is going to be yours, get on making it happen. You have to get the word trying out of your vocabulary. You're no longer trying, you're not trying to do nothing. I'm not trying to go in and get any apples. I'm not trying to think I need some apples either. I'm going to get it, but I'm going to get them, or I'm not going to talk about apples anymore. And I know I'm rambling, but I, you know what, man? Look here. I see so much stuff. So the next little thing that's in my little kitty today is HR 4, the John Lewis Voting Rights Advancement Act. Trying to figure out how we got here. Because in 1965, we got the Voting Rights Act. And in 1968, black women got the right to vote. So I don't know why I started really use poor grammar. I don't understand why is it in 2021 we're talking about a John Lewis Voting Rights Advancement Act. I dare you. I dare you, people in power. This is the same thing you did in 65. I don't even have my notes in front of me, and I'm 75 and I'm old. But these are the same thing that the Black Panther Party was putting out there about African Americans need to get an African centered consciousness to navigate through these waters. I dare us in 2021 have to come back to voting rights. Who the hell do you think you are to tell me I can't vote? Come on, God Almighty. Our children are listening to us, people. We've got to do better. I, what? Hmm. And all you little states are going for, oh no, let's make it harder. Not They have to be through voting. We're gonna open the polls at 6:30, and everybody in America needs to be done at 6:45. That's where you're trying to go. Hey, and I don't know if black people are still gonna get up and do this thing in 2022. Because see, the return from us for us, it has not come. Mm. And don't get me started, because we had 8 years of a black man at the helm. At that time, we had a John Boehner and a Mitch McConnell and a Lindsey Graham. And don't get me started, because all of the bills that came out of their mouth, trust me now, Pelosi was there too. So was Chuck Schumer. So was Sheila Jackson Lee. So, oh my God, don't. So was John Lewis and Elisha Cummings. Oh my God. So all of the little acts that you added to the Constitution that were supposed to make me whole, you've been chipping away at. Okay, chip, chip. Now I understand. I'm 75, and I'm just putting out there. Now I understand. Oh, the chip, chip. But listen here, folk. The people that are 3, 4, 5, all the way up to 35, they're seeing you in a totally different light because you guys in power are full of bullshit. You're still pushing the white nationalist agenda. You're still making sure that racism and the system of racism stays in place. It doesn't matter. Oh my Jesus Christ. Huh. You all have been playing this game a long time. So I don't know when I'll even open this up. I don't know how I'm gonna get any more people. I'm gonna need you all to really work on navigating this HR 4, the John Lewis Voting Rights Advancement Act. I dare you. Whew, because all of you all came my crime bills. Oh my Jesus. Moving on. Crime bills now, just a little some I heard today that caught my ear that I thought that I would share with you, and that is how the effect of hip hop rap lyrics are having on some of our individuals that are supposed to be great hip hop rap artists. To be clear, if they are not dead, Tupac, all those, a good chunk of them are in jail or prison because of their lyrics to the songs that they have put out here in the public. And you people in positions of power have now not allowed a person's lyrics in whatever song they create, whatever genre it is, to be protected by my. Oh, is that the ability to speak? Now you're trying to shut down my ability to speak? What the fuck? I did not know so many young black hip hop artists are in prison or in jail for some of their lyrics to the songs that made them, I won't say famous, but made them have a space out here in this 330 million Americans in the United States. They had a lane they were in. They had a right to be in that lane. And I dare you shut the lane down because you didn't like the lyrics. As if our lyrics, our lyrics could go out into the universe and do anything. Because we do not have all the guns. We don't have the ammunition. We cannot start nothing. And you know it. You know it. So you are not, Now you're putting me in jail because of my right to speak. You didn't like what I said. So my young black male artists, and I did not even put this in Google to see how many are. I didn't put the genre where they're men and women. The fact that I have to deal with you shutting us down because of our lyrics and our songs, which have nothing to do with me personally going out there and doing anything. I'm just singing a song. How the hell you gonna put me in jail for 20 and 30 years? Come on, man. And then, so that brings me to 3 or 4 weeks ago, and I told you to leave Cardi B and Megan Three Stallion alone. Hmm. Because here again, you have white men trying to control what their white children see on that television. They want to put more constraints on it. For me, as long as it's I'm not as long I'm 75. So as long as it's not me out there trying to do those Cardi B or Megan Three Stallion moves, hey, you set me up for this moment with Cher. She's the one that gave us our rights, women, to wear nothing. So get over it. Get over how I use my body with nothing on. I'm just a woman. Look at my body. You have to appreciate my body. And women, you see how men are trying to shut us down. They don't want us to do this on TV. It looks like we're doing something that should be done in the bedroom between gay couples to what was the other one? Uh our children don't need to see this because it's in prime time. That's not fair. To I'm the father, but I don't like the way I don't want my daughter to have control of the money, so I'm gonna take control of her money. Ah, to me, really getting mad at the Kardashians, but and ass all out all the time. The Braxtons, the same thing. Come on. So leave these new young folk that are coming into the entertainment community alone because you put up with Patti LaBelle, Lady Marmalade, yeah, yeah. hmm So you put up with how we artistically put ourselves out there. Mm. Don't let me go all the way back to the lady with the feathers. God, doggone, I looking right at her. That's all right. Another podcast. I'll come up with her name. But she went abroad and became great at being a Ella Fitzgerald-ish. And looking right at this woman. So right. I will Google this tomorrow. But set the stage. Then you had Billie Holiday setting the. Come on, man. Our folk have been out here a long time doing a lot of stuff. Leave us alone. Because some of them are sharing their wealth in their communities. Now, not me, not because but there are some LeBron James that are doing great things in their communities. I can appreciate that. I can, I'm not going to go there. I'm going to leave that alone. But I can appreciate that. But let me come back to my women that are getting killed, pulled out of cars and chopping heads off. These relationships, let me tell you, ladies, they take work. They take a lot of work. It's a lot of listening. It's a lot of communicating. And it's a lot of communicating the truth. And, we don't like to tell the truth. And we're going to have to work on that because it's going to be the only thing that's going to save us. Those of us that are 20, you can do that, you late teens. If you're in your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, even your 50s, and you're in relationships that are not healthy, we're going to have to find out how can we make it in the process. Because marrying and divorcing and marrying again and divorcing is going to become a real problem, especially if we have children. In all honesty, once you have your first child, whoever this relationship now goes to another level. And so, ladies, if you know you don't want to have children, make sure you keep your body in the position to where you won't have them. And that's where men are trying to deny you the right, you young women. They've already looked at their census, and so they always see that the white numbers are going down. So they're in a panic now. So they right on women. They're right on women's rights. The first thing they want to control is your body. They don't want you to they don't want you to have the opportunity to control your body. And so that means you have to stay in a relation where you have child after child after child after child, where you did not tell the truth in the beginning that you did not want any children. So now you find yourself in situations where you have to do things differently. The different kind of thing you have to do is work with the relationship, work with that man, work with that woman, so that the child sees that, oh, this is pretty good. This is helpful. I think I'd like to do this in the future, not today. And the only way we get there is that we tell the truth. And that's a hard thing to do. We have so many shades of truth. It's all convoluted right now. And the fact that we're using words, it just makes it more complicated. Because the words that we use and the actions that they trigger do not always meet with success. And so we just need to slow our road. I shared with you a long time ago, I'm African American, unapologetically African, and I've been on this place 75 years. And I'm of the darker hue, which means I came up in the 40s. And so I came up in a culture that did not appreciate the darker hue woman. There are a lot of things that go into making relationships whole that you have to deal with. My not being proud of my black skin had needed to have occurred when I was a teen, like these teens whose parents just died of COVID, like this 11-year-old whose mom was, car was shot 50 times and she drug herself in the garage and died. These kids are being cut short of the opportunity to see how relationships work. It's mm, the single person, that's okay if that's who you say you want to be. And you stay, if you know right now that you don't want any children, don't have any. That means you have to tell the truth in the relationships that you create. Because now we have kids that are experiencing trauma that are going to have to be worked out somewhere in some therapy. And don't hate. We're going to have to go there. There's a lot of stuff we're going to have to put on the table, leave it there, moving forward so that we can become better people. What else? Oh, yes, 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 yes. This thing about LeVar Burton and Jeopardy. I'm saddened that he didn't get it. I am. But on the other side of Jordan, you know, they just need to cancel that show because there will never be another Alex Trebek. Just sorry. So let that show and let that concept go. We'll never be able to replace him. Just let it go. The other thing I don't think talked about, and I don't want to be here forever, so let me get through. Andrew Cuomo. You men, you know what you're doing. Number one. And you men in power know what you're doing is wrong. And I don't know how women, we're going to have to reset this calibration. But men need to become accountable for all the nasty things they're doing right now. You know, the banking where the percent of your loan is astronomical if you're a woman. We haven't done anything with tracing all these shots with women, particularly. We've done nothing with that. Nobody's gathering any research with that at all. And I was saying something, it just left me just as it came. Uh, uh, uh. Oh, but come on, Miss Governor Cuomo, you should have known way back with the in the Clinton years with Miss Lewinsky that touching women was a no-no. And I don't know how you men in positions of power let it go, man. That is not how I, woman, am coming to engage and participate in your system, your company. I don't come to your company to fight you every day about my body and you keeping your hands off of it. You should already know if I'm not your mate, you need to keep your hands to yourself. Now, the caveat to that is women, we're going to have to be held accountable too. And one of my things, I think I talked about one of the women that was charging Bill Cosby with, oh yeah, when I was young, he did A, B, C, and D to me. Yeah, when you were young, but you just died at 72. So you did have a life. And what did you do with it? I don't know. But at least you weren't in jail, I guess, for 3 years like he was. Okay, so you had to deal. But did you not find a therapist that helped you to navigate your emotions so that you would become a productive citizen and move to the side of Jordan that made your life more comfortable? I'm just asking you to think about something. But Cuomo, you should have already known to keep your hands off of a woman. And women, we need to stop putting ourselves in positions that force. Mm, we we need to always make sure that our messaging is congruent. That how you let me rephrase this. That on a clear day, everyone gets up and moves from the onset is this is a good day and I'm respecting everyone in my community. And to the extent that I use the word respect, a lot of other things have to come into play. Playing fair. Because the next thing I'm gonna leave this and come back to this again, not today, but later on. I've been watching Elon Musk, and this man is talking about artificial intelligence. And so with artificial intelligence, and he's saying within a year to 5, 10 probably, we'll have mastered that artificial intelligence. And if you're looking at all the bullshit movies that are on, once the artificial intelligence gets out there, they already know working for the betterment, it's either suicide because they understand everything so in in such a manner that they can only come to the conclusion that's not going to work, or they try to find a way to make it work, but it doesn't work. And so then they have to start killing things that are not workable. And one thing we know, ladies and gentlemen, the people are curious folk. They do a lot of nasty things. And it's a lot of us here. 331 million to be exact. And the United States of America is only 245 years old. So these white men now are creating gates that only they will let their white people in. And the only thing we have to worry about, those of on the other side of white men and their horrible journeys for the rest of us, is that the rest of us are going to have to be on making sure that H.R. 4 of the John Lewis Voting Rights Advancement Act becomes law, that we get men to get themselves out of my body. It's not your concern. to get you men out of my body in terms of what I'm presenting out there in terms of entertainment. Been there, done that, and it's been overdone. You cannot control that lid is open, so leave it alone. Slowly but surely, we will continue to move in a manner that's beneficial for the most of us, to the best of our ability. And I'm saying that because I'm trying to end on a happy note. Because I said a lot of stuff I've said in these 40 minutes has been full of shit. And it's just a lot of shit going on right now. And I'd like people to give a shit about what's going on. Because it's critical. It's not too much stuff going through my ears that I'm hearing that I know it's just not right. So it's taken me 40 minutes to get that we need to come to a point where we're going to get on whoever these we's are. And then say, if I'm wrong, hey, when we open this up, you can tell me how wrong I am. But trust, I've been out here for a minute, and I've seen some things, and they haven't been kind, and they're not nice. I'm just saying. Just one woman out here. Just one woman out here. So my little happiness thing today is never regret a day in your life. Okay, that's great. Never regret a day in your life. Good days give happiness. Bad days give experience. Worst days give lessons. And best days give memories. You guys be blessed. Be peaceful. Let's find sanity. Yours in liberty.